Have you checked out the new nurse?
No? Why?
I'm not ruining it for you.
If this is a test of my resolve, I would have expected something a little bit more intelligent from you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, Lily, Daniel. I'd like you to meet Cherry Malone. She's going to be our new practice nurse. This is Dr. Daniel Granger.
Hi.
Hi.
And Dr. Lily Hassan, who's one of our partners.
Welcome, Cherie.
Hi. Actually, it's Cherry. Cherry, as in ripe fruity pie, not as in Prime Minister's wife. I don't think I suit being a sherry.
And you've met Jimmy, of course.
Hi again.
Hey. You wouldn't think so to look at them, but they're actually quite a nice bunch, really. And if there's anything that you need, you just ask. I'm sure they'll make you feel very welcome.
Well, I'd just like to say that I'm really looking forward to working here, and thanks for having me.
Cherry, we like our nurses here to usually wear trousers and a tunic. I think it's more practical.
Well?
Well, what? I mean, she's good looking, but I'm not interested.
Are you serious?
Deadly. But I've had my fill of meaningless relationships based on nothing but sex.
Is he serious?
That remains to be seen.
Very interesting,
Hello?
Emma? Stella.
Hi, Stella.
Have you remembered that you're taking me for my blood test?
11 o'clock.
You aren't bringing the children, are you? Fond grandmother as I am, I do find them terribly tiring en masse.
My sister's babysitting. I'm just waiting for her to... Oh.
What is it?
The G-O-L-D-F-I-S-H is D-E-A-D.
What?
S-P-O-T, Tom's G-O-L-D-F-I...
There's no need to sound so hysterical. I thought something terrible had happened.
You weren't here when the last one died.
What?
I'll have to get another one. If I can find one with a splodge on its fin.
Well, I did warn you about buying pets with distinguishing features. Oh, if you're going into town, perhaps you could do me a small supermarket shop. Just my usual basics. I'll text message you the rest.
Fine.
You're a builder. I am. Right. Okay.
Oh, Caesar!
Money here. 300.
Hello?
Hi,
Katie.
The other £300
Rucksack or suitcase? Did he pack a rucksack or a suitcase? Well, he isn't planning on being gone for very long, is he? So... Oh, no, Katie, please, don't do this to me now. Not today. No. No, I guess not. Just in case. Okay. Bye. Oh, go away! Oh, I hate you!
What do you mean?
Ah, Michelle. Good to have you back.
Yeah, well, it was good to be back until...
Yes, sorry about this. Arrived on Friday while Archie was over at campus. Don't worry, though. You're in Heston's room and Sherry starts today, so he'll have an extra pair of hands. You'd forgotten, hadn't you?
Yeah, and I was hoping for a quiet day so I could get caught up.
You can still have one once you get Cherry started on this lot. And here she is. You remember Michelle?
Hi, Cherry. Welcome to the mill.
Hi, Michelle. Have you changed your hair?
I can see you two are going to get on like a house on fire.
Oh, no, sorry. Sorry. Oh, come in. I only left them for 2 minutes. It's the third pet shop I've been... Hello?
Emma, the boiler's broken. I'm without heating or hot water. Do you have a man you can send round?
I'll only just use the phone book.
Oh, well, that'll have to do. Make sure it's not some sort of cowboy, won't you, Emma? And do stress that it's for an elderly woman living on her own.
All right, I'm here.
Is that the children?
Katie cancelled.
Well, they can't come with us. There won't be room in the car.
Look, I know it's a bit illegal, but I thought maybe you could hold Charlie on your lap. Just this once.
Oh, Emma, really? How many more times do I have to tell you that I find having the children all at once in the car with me, I find it a terrible strain. I mean, they make so much noise, and I can't cope with it. You know that my health is not in the best.
It's intolerable. Missed appointments cost the NHS millions. The figures for this practice alone were over £3,500 last month.
I'm aware of the figures, Lily. We're just very limited to what we can do about it.
Put a list of the offenders up in reception, name and shame them.
Well, I don't think that would go down too well with the PCT. But I do agree with you, it is a problem. I'm going to put it on top of the agenda for the next partners' meeting. Now, was there anything else?
No, but I've been meaning to ask how Ruth was when you went to see her.
Well, I had a word with her nurse and she said she's making good progress.
You didn't see her yourself?
She was sleeping.
The entire time you were there?
No. I got as far as the door and I chickened out.
Julia, you've got to stop beating yourself up about this. Mental illness can be very frightening, especially when it affects someone you're close to.
Yeah, well, that's just the point, isn't it? I mean, we're all that Ruth's got. I let her down.
Oh, I've got this afternoon off. I could drop in and see her if you like.
Very tempting, but I'd never forgive myself if I bottled out of this one. I'm going to go and see her tomorrow.
As you wish.
Thanks anyway, though, Lily. Have a nice afternoon off.
I won't carry because of my shoulder, so can you bring them in, Emma?
Hello, Stella. How are you?
Perished with cold, and I'm really worried about my circulation.
Is it serious?
I'm hardly in the best of health.
The boiler. Is it serious?
I sincerely hope not, otherwise I'll have no choice but to stay with you until it's fixed.
I'll go and have a word.
Heat exchanger.
Is that serious?
Well, I just need to nip out for the part and I'll have that fixed in no time.
I've heard that one before. You'll just nip out and that'll be the last to see of you.
Now, don't worry. I'll be back within the hour and I'll have that boiler up and running in a jiffy.
You swear?
Scout's honour.
Surgical equipment, RUCD, implant packs, needle holders and Spencer Wells. Then in here we've got your crocs, your toothed and non-toothed forceps and more needle holders. All your phlebotomy stuff is kept over there, so your speculums, your sterets, your swabs, your tourniquets. Are you sure you're getting all this?
Yep.
Good. I know it might seem anal, but with 3 nurses working here, unless we have a system and we stick to it, no one's going to be able to find anything.
A place for everything and everything in its place.
Exactly. So we've got 2 vaccine fridges, one in here and one in the other room. In this one, we've got your baby immunisations, so your MMR, triple vaccine, your polio, your meningitis A and C, influenza B, depending on the time of year. In the other, we've got your tetanus, your yellow fever, your cholera. Are you sure you don't want to write anything down?
Oh, I'm fine.
Right. OK, well, before I let you get on, is there anything you want to ask me?
Oh, yeah. Julia said that I can't wear this, but my last place didn't mind as long as it was RCN regulation, so my mum takes them in. Otherwise, I look like a sack of spuds, if you get my drift. So, is this it, then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bummer.
Mrs. Wells?
Dr. Hassan?
If you're here for your appointment, then you're 4 days and 13 hours too late.
Thursday? Oh, I'm so sorry. Look, my daughter had a sick bug and then the puppy ate a golf ball.
Mrs.
And
Wells. I appreciate you have a hectic life and a busy schedule, but so do I. Missed appointments cost the health service millions. They show a complete disregard for the doctors and team at this practice, are demeaning to us and selfish when it comes to other patients. I hope, in future, you'll think twice before abusing the system in this way.
Oh, plumber's back. That's something.
My feet are soaked.
Snack.
It's the wrong part. It's not their fault. These old boilers. It's an easy mistake to make.
Meaning?
Well, if they didn't have one, they'd have to order it in, so you're looking at 2, maybe 3 days.
There must be something you can do.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I'll try and get back to you by the end of the week.
No, there must be something you can do. Have you got a family? Derek?
Yes?
There's been a nuclear apocalypse. Half the world wiped out, including Leatherbridge and the sun, and it's minus 200 and something out there, and your family are holed up in here, slowly dying of hypothermia. Now, the only, and I mean the only way of heating them up is that. My question to you is this, Derek. To save your children's lives, could you fix that boiler?
Well, yes. Yes, but it wouldn't be legal. And I am Corgi registered.
There's been a nuclear apocalypse.
But there hasn't, has there? Now, it should be in by Thursday. If it comes in before, I'll give you a ring. See if I can pop round sooner. Hey, what you doing? You've locked me in.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you out until the boiler's fixed. Although I am still paying you by the hour. Only difference is the door's locked. Oh, I'll give you it back when you've finished. And there's no point shouting because we're alone in the house.
OTF. Oh, housebound patient with chest pains, query indigestion, and Liddy's chocker, so I don't suppose.
Let's pray it's indigestion. I could do without spending my afternoon off on the phone to A&E.
Whoops! Oh, Madam Butterfingers.
Allow me.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
You're welcome.
I'll stay as long as it takes.
If you'd wanted a botch job, you should have hired a cowboy. How would you feel if the boiler blew up and your mother with it?
She's not my mother.
Oh. If I were to get it going, I'd need something in writing saying it was carried out under duress, signed and everything.
I'll sign anything you bloody well like if you just fix the boiler.
Hello, stranger. Welcome back.
How do you mean?
How are you?
Yeah.
How's Adam?
He moved out. Oh, great. I'm gone a week and everyone thinks I can just help themselves.
Not guilty.
One or two maybe, but the whole lot's just a joke.
What have you done with Cherry?
I'm not her keeper.
Well, I thought you'd be pleased to see her. Breath of fresh air is what you said when she had her interview.
Did I?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not in the mood for that cherry chirpiness.
Anyway, I went to the hospital and the news on Ruth is all positive.
I've better go see where she is.
Cuppa?
Oh, yeah, please.
What are you doing with the goldfish?
It's dead. Stella killed it. I'm just seeing if, theoretically, you can tattoo a spot on a goldfish. How's the boiler?
Well, I won't know until I've patched up the old part. This isn't just about the boiler, is it, love? Mothers-in-law. Can't live with them. Can't. Sugar?
One, thanks. Mine will come and live with me if you don't fix that boiler.
There are ways and ways. You should have a quiet word. Better still, your husband. Set some boundaries.
He's away on business. He's always away on business.
Well, can't you say something?
You have no idea.
Dr. Hassan to see Mrs. Stella Wells.
My mother-in-law,
I was under the impression she was a housebound patient with no transport.
I didn't know she called the...
May I come in?
Emma? What's that noise?
Come on. Open the door, please. Hey, I'm locked in. Unlock the door.
It's all right, I'm coming in.
Oh, come on, you're not fooling anyone. Admit it, she's sex on a stick.
That is so shallow, James. Like I said earlier, I'm only interested in the whole package these days. I want an equal partnership based on a meeting of both body and mind.
Yeah, and I'll bet you 50 quid that if she asked you out for a drink, you wouldn't say no.
Consider yourself on.
into her lunacy when you could be smashing a window or something.
Toughen safety glass. So, the sooner I get this fixed, the sooner we can all get out of here.
Oh, I second that.
Aren't you going to do anything?
I'm a physician, not an escapologist. So if you have something specific in mind...
Emma! Come back here! Emma!
I'm really sorry, but no one is going anywhere until that boiler is up and running.
Then we could all be in for the long haul. No, I've done my best, but it's going to need the new part.
What sort of part?
You are lying!
Is there a history of mental illness?
Not that I'm aware of, but it wouldn't surprise me. She's always been a bit flaky.
She's not mentally ill. She's having a bad day, that's...
Just for the record, there is no history of mental illness in my family.
Quiet! So, this part.
Heat exchanger.
Where do we get a heat exchanger?
If the merchants here don't have one, they'll need to order it in from Birmingham.
A round trip of less than an hour.
Oh, less if our Sean goes on his bike.
To recap, our Sean could be back here with the required part by, let's say, 4:15.
Not unless he's telepathic.
He needs his phone.
He'll call the police.
I will like hell. The wife's brother is duty officer at Leatherbridge Nick. No offence, love, but I'd be a laughing stock.
Give me the number and I'll loudspeak you, and no funny business or... else.
I finished with that lot in there, so should I get on with the drugs?
That was quick.
Thanks.
OK, well, they're colour-coded, not labelled. Your green cupboard is for all your emergency drugs, so that's your adrenaline, morphine, hydrocortisone, metoclopramide, atropine, Piriton, etc. And your blue cupboard is for your B12, your implants, your... I'm sorry, I'm not boring you, am I?
This is so not boring compared to my last place. They're all ancient. At least people here look like they're up for a laugh, even if they are a bit weird.
She's clearly had some sort of breakdown. I expect you'll want to section her.
I am still here, you know.
Those poor children.
My children aren't poor. They're fed and clothed and cherished and... Excuse me. Hello? Hi, Katie, it's me. No, I don't care, it's an emergency. Listen. Go to the Happy Shop or Crash at the supermarket and pick up the children. All of them. No, it won't wait. I don't care. Just fetch them and bring them home. I'll explain later. Sorry about that.
Move forward towards the patio table. Put your hands where I can see them. Not this hand. Put the box on the patio table.
Have you got time for a quickie? I was just saying, wasn't I, that I don't think it's anything to worry about, but at the end of the day, there's nothing better than a second opinion, especially when it's a doctor's opinion. I think she'd find it reassuring.
Right, well, let's have a look. Oh, yeah. That's a hard papule, rough surface, approximately 1 centimetre in diameter, suggestive of a cutaneous infection. HPV subtype 1, 2, 4, or 7.
Don't you start. I've already had Daniel and Lily taking the proverbial last week.
It's a verruca, there's nothing to worry about.
See?
Well, I'm sorry I wasted your time.
Karen, as a member of the team who spends most of the day on their feet, I'd say their health was our priority.
Back on your feet in no time.
Have you seen Peter and Sally's new house, Emma? Perhaps you and Andrew should look round there. It's in Oakfield.
Oh, very nice.
It's a bit beyond our means.
Ah, you might manage it. If you made more of a contribution towards the finances, Emma. I mean, what's the point of that degree you're always going on about, if you then choose to sit at home all day with the children?
A degree? What's it in?
Art history.
I'll bet that comes in handy in Leatherbridge.
Don't you start.
Sorry.
Hey.
Hey, Arch.
See, you've got Cherry hard at work.
Yeah, I expect I'll have to redo it all later. Everything you say to her seems to go in one ear and out the other.
Hey, You heard how Ruth's getting on?
Why are you asking me?
Well, Julia went to see her, didn't she?
Well, ask Julia then. I don't care.
Gosh.
Why?
Because Ruth's our friend.
No, she might be your friend, but whatever warped, twisted things she had going on with me, that certainly wasn't friendship.
Come on, that wasn't her fault. She's obviously ill.
I don't care. I'm sick of thinking about her. I'm sick of people going on about poor Ruth, and when it's not poor Ruth, it's poor Michelle. I just want to forget about it. Forget about her. And I never want to hear her name mentioned in this department again, because as far as I'm concerned, she never existed.
Thank you.
That's one problem solved at least.
As to the other, may I ask what you propose to do?
Perhaps we can have a word in private.
I'd say that's the last thing she needs.
And what do you know, Professor Plummer?
I've spent my working life in other people's houses, watching their comings and goings. Funny thing this, put on a boiler suit and it's like you're invisible. So, in answer to your question, I reckon I know more than you think. And I think half your trouble is you keep things to yourself, bottled up. Sometimes, you know, it's good to talk.
Would you like to explain to all of us?
Katie cancelled. She was babysitting because Stella finds the children tiring.
Well, you have to admit that they are a bit...
So they had to come with me. 3 pet shops and £62.50 later. That's £2.50 for the fish and 60 quid for the parking ticket. If I remember to pay it within the next 14 days, which is anyone's guess, because if I can't even remember a doctor's appointment, I'm very embarrassed about that.
Perhaps I was a little harsh.
It was only for the pill. Which is probably why I forgot, as Andrew's never even home.
I'll put the kettle on.
And when he is, we're far too exhausted to... You know, maybe I should get a diary. 3 kids, it's difficult to keep every single appointment that I make. Maybe a wall trot, that's quite a good idea. It's not just because Lucy has to sleep in Tom's room and they wake each other up, or that I spend the entire duration waiting on you hand and foot. It's because you push your food around your plate as if I'm trying to poison you and wince at the children's table, man.
I did not wince.
You just did. I expect you don't even notice.
I'd call that more of a recoil.
I think you recoil at the children's table manners, and when the puppy jumps up at you, and at the mess in the house, and no matter what I do or how hard I try, I just know I'll never be good enough for you. And whenever you come over...
I think we've got it.
Feel better?
Yeah.
Did those sound like the outpourings of a rational woman?
In my professional opinion, yes. You don't need a psychiatric evaluation, Mrs. Wells. You need a holiday.
We've booked a caravan in Devon this summer.
I said a holiday. No work, no stress, no responsibility, and definitely no children.
One of them health spas.
I can hardly leave them in the Happy Shopper creche while I swan off to a health spa.
Right then.
Are you sure you put it all away right?
I think so. IUCD and implant packs, needle holders Spencer Wells, phlebotomy stuff, speculum swabs, sterets, tourniquets, blood bottles. I hope it's all right, but the drugs cupboard was a right state, so I rearranged everything alphabetically from top left. So now, in green, it's adrenaline, atropine, hydrocortisone, metoclopramide, morphine, Piriton, and so on. Works better, I think. I love the alphabet, it's just so alphabetical.
But you didn't write anything down?
I know, it's my party trick, mismemory. I only need to see or hear something once and it just sort of, you know, sticks.
Anything?
No, only stuff I want to remember. Shopping lists, telephone numbers. It came in really handy at college. I don't think I would have passed all those exams otherwise. Dad wants me to audition for Britain's Got Talent, but I think even if I'm in an amazing dress, spouting a load of facts and figures, well, it's not exactly entertaining, is it? Talking of which, what are you up to now?
Well, I thought I'd have to redo all this.
Well, as you don't, how about a bottle of wine and a real induction? Who's who, who's going out with who fancies who, the important stuff.
Thank you.
Oh.
And fixing the boiler.
Oh, there you look after yourself and have a good rest. Goodbye, Dr. Hassan.
Goodbye, and thanks for your help.
Well, it was only a heat exchanger.
Don't be coy, Mr. Merriweather. I think you know exactly what I mean.
You coming for a drink?
No, I think I'll just go home.
Oh, come on. I'm sure I can find a way to get you in the mood.
Maybe next time.
Jimmy?
Yeah, great. Go on, I'll catch you up.
Night, Daniel.
Night, Daniel.
Night.
And what's with the green twig?
It's an orchid.
Ain't gonna fool me.
I am a GP, and I'd really like to see her.
I apologise, but I don't think it's a good time.
I don't really know who I am anymore. Oh, love, no, don't stay here too long. It's Vicky. And she wants me to die.
Cupid strikes, and with a poisoned arrow next on BBC1 Scotland in Diagnosis Murder.